What if I told you that China could cripple the most advanced military on Earth without firing a single bullet? That it could ground America's multi-billion-dollar F-35 fighter fleet, silence our most sophisticated radar systems, and leave our most powerful warships vulnerable, all with the stroke of a pen. This isn't science fiction. This is the new front line in the battle for global dominance. And the weapon? It's not a missile or a cyber attack. It's a group of 17 obscure elements you've probably never heard of, but that our entire way of life and our national security now depends on. These are rare earth elements. And China has just made a move that has sent shockwaves through the Pentagon. Stick around, because today we're doing a deep dive into China's new weapon and what it means for the future of the United States military. To understand the threat, you first need to understand just how deeply these rare earths are embedded in America's arsenal. They aren't just components. They are the secret sauce that gives US military technology its critical edge. Take the F-35, the most advanced fighter jet in the world. Nearly half a ton, about 920 pounds, of rare earth materials are in every single one. They're in the powerful magnets of the electric motor, the advanced sensors, the radar systems, even the very alloys that make up its skin. Without a steady supply of elements like neodymium and terbium, the F-35 production line grinds to a halt. Or how about the Tomahawk cruise missile? Its precision guidance system, the very thing that allows it to fly hundreds of miles and hit a target the size of a window, is completely dependent on rare earth magnets. And it goes deeper. Our Virginia-class submarines, the silent hunters of the deep, rely on rare earths for their sonar systems and quiet electric propulsion. Our Aegis combat systems on Navy destroyers, the shield that protects our fleet from incoming missiles? You guessed it. Powered by rare earths. From the Abrams tank to the Predator drone, from laser targeting systems to secure communications. Nearly every piece of advanced US military hardware is vulnerable. China doesn't need to build a better jet. They just need to stop providing the parts for ours. So what exactly has China done? For years, they've dominated the mining of rare earths, controlling over 70% of the global supply. But their latest move is far more strategic and far more dangerous. In late 2023, Beijing announced sweeping new export controls, but they didn't just target the raw minerals, they targeted the technology to process them. Specifically, the tech used to create the super strong permanent magnets that are the beating heart of all that military hardware we just talked about. This is a brilliant and ruthless move. It's like not just controlling all the oil fields, but also owning the only refineries in the world that can turn crude oil into gasoline. China is signaling to the world, and specifically to the United States, that they are no longer content to just be the world's mine. They are controlling the entire value chain. They are a one-stop shop for the most critical materials of the 21st century, and they're not afraid to turn off the tap. So, how is the Pentagon responding to this clear and present danger? In a word, scrambling. For years, officials have warned about this dependency, but now it's a four-alarm fire. The Department of Defense is pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into a frantic effort to rebuild a domestic supply chain from scratch. The centerpiece of this strategy is the Mountain Pass mine in California, America's only major rare earth facility. Companies like MP Materials are now in a race against time, with massive government contracts to not only dig the ore out of the ground, but to build the complex processing facilities needed to turn it into usable material. The DoD is also aggressively trying to build a strategic stockpile. Think of it like the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, but for minerals like dysprosium and yttrium. But here's the hard truth. This will take years, maybe even a decade. Building these processing plants is incredibly complex and faces huge environmental hurdles. Meanwhile, China's chokehold is tightening now. The question on everyone's mind at the Pentagon is a stark one. Is this effort too little? Too late? The US isn't going it alone. Recognizing the global nature of this threat, Washington is forging a new set of alliances centered on critical minerals. They're working with allies like Australia, which has its own significant rare earth deposits, and Canada. They're exploring partnerships with countries from Vietnam to Brazil, trying to build a new, reliable supply chain that bypasses China completely. They're even looking to places like Greenland with its vast, untapped mineral wealth. This is a global chess match. The United States and its allies are trying to build a new system of economic and resource security, while China uses its current dominance to its full advantage. The outcome of this struggle will determine who holds the keys to the technology of the future and who holds the power on the world stage. So China's new weapon is aimed directly at the heart of America's military superiority. It's a quiet economic conflict, but with consequences as real as any battlefield. The race is on. Can the US innovate, invest, and build its way out of this critical dependency before it's too late? Or will America's next-generation weapons be held hostage by a rival halfway across the world? This is a story we will be tracking closely. What do you think? Is the US doing enough to counter this threat? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this deep dive informative, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update on the critical issues shaping our world. Thanks for watching.